So I figured out that the gluten was the cause of most of my problems. Because gluten, in me at least, it causes inflammation. And I was like really inflamed for a long time after learning about how pretty much all the processes in your body, it starts out in the gut, the stomach. And if that is backed up, then it will cause the thyroid to downregulate over time. And we're going to have some problems. Wow, that was a difficult one. That was a really difficult one. And if I was to give advice to someone that is wanting to feel great, like all the time, or most of the time, I would highly encourage them to get rid of gluten. So a lot of foods today have gluten in it. They have dairy in it. I think that dairy is also inflammatory, probably not quite as bad as gluten, but regardless of if you have an allergy or not, I would still cut out those two things because it's not going to help you. So right now I'm kind of doing an experiment on myself where I eat 100% whole foods. So nothing but rice, brown rice, oats, potatoes, sweet potatoes and russet potatoes, olive oils, Brazil nuts, almonds, walnuts, fruits, vegetables, lots of those, and whole eggs, egg whites, chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breast. So I don't want to buy any of the packaged food because it's too processed. Like, it has too much junk in it. And I think the problem with modern day America, in some other countries too, it's mostly in America, it's kind of where it started, where most people would just go out to eat. Of course, that's probably the worst option, I guess, depending on where you go. And when you go to like restaurants, like, and you eat a healthy meal, it's gonna cost like a lot. That's kind of just what I noticed, and it's not good for you. It's not good for me. I'm not saying that you should do this, but you should probably do this if you're having problems. If you think you have a testosterone problem or a thyroid problem, or really any, like, the symptoms of any of these common illnesses, I would 100% clean up your diet first. I had this uncle that would juice like a bunch of vegetables. He would eat like 5 pounds of carrots a day, but put it in a juicer, and he would put like spinach, kale, berries, and he would drink that like 3 times a day with like apples, cinnamon, and have plenty of salt, and he said that he felt amazing. I think that's honestly, like, eating 100% like clean foods, probably not raw, because that would take a little bit of adjusting to do, although I would recommend that. That's probably the next thing that I'm going to try, is try to do mostly raw foods, but there's a couple of dangers with that and potential digestion issues. So I think the main issue, the cause of most illnesses, are in the food. That's crazy, because food is a large part of our life, at least where I come from. It's like a lot of things revolve around food, as gross as that sounds. But proper nutrition, nobody really teaches us that. And I had to go down a really long rabbit hole to really figure out, like, what's the best things to eat? What's the best foods that will properly fuel my body so I don't have these problems ever again, because they're extremely uncomfortable and I don't want to feel like that again. So what you eat is the most important thing, hands down. It will reflect your mood, it will reflect how you feel, it will reflect your energy levels, how your pancreas handles insulin and enzymes. That's another thing. Do take those still. I take quite a few supplements because I can't eat all the foods of the rainbow in like one day, where that's where supplements come in, because I can't really eat 30 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. That's a little excessive. I mean, I would love to, but yeah, that's what supplements are for, in my opinion. So I take zinc, I take magnesium L-threonate, I take spirulina, I take vitamin A, I take vitamin B12, B1, B6, P5P, DHEA, DIM on occasion. If I feel like my estrogen is slightly high, DIM can potentially lower that. But I don't abuse testosterone, so that is never an issue. And then you get the selenium from Brazil nuts. You get a lot of the vitamins from the fruits and vegetables and the brown rice. Baja mineral salt, because that contains most minerals that are pretty necessary for many different functions in the brain and the thyroid and the gut, the stomach. Kimchi, kombucha, and then I'm drinking teas every day, so like black tea, green tea, and what else do I take? I take a lot of supplements. Off the top of my head, a B complex has it's a certain B complex that I like, and then D3, K2 with MK7 and K1 in it. I think that's most of them off the top of my head, but that's what it took to get rid of all my inflammation, or most of it. Oh, and turmeric too. Turmeric is very important. So, yeah. I think that people are misinformed on what they should eat, because now we have so many choices that it's like, oh, what should I eat this meal? And it's just ridiculous. But that's the core of your health, and like it'll impact everything in your life, from what I found. So, eat healthy, stay healthy. It's very important.